Hey there guys, it's Liam here again from KraieGaming, and I'm going to have to make this kind of quick even though I've got quite a bit of news, but this is my gaming news, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded much in the last few weeks, but it's just been hectic, especially for gaming news. I've got a new camera and it's not working, so I've had to go back to the old one. And just with games, I've been on holiday, I've just had a break, and yeah, that's my main reason. I know it's not a good one, but hopefully more progress will resume over the next few weeks. So let's start this news. So some beta dailies have been added to the Mists of Pandaria beta, and the interesting factor with these dailies is they'll give Valor points. Now, they're aiming for about 50 dailies in the final release, and these dailies aren't like phased out, like you can only do 10 a day. You can do all 50 each day if you want, but they're split between 5 different panda factions, which means that each panda faction will have about 10 a day, but you can do all of them for all the panda factions each day, so this just separates them up. So you can go, oh, I want to do these today, and stuff like that. And because they'll give about 5 Valor points each quest you do, and 20 gold, if you do all 50 a day, you can make up to 250 Valor and 500 gold a day just from doing daily quests, which is quite big. Also, you can, in Pandaria, they're aiming to use Valor as well as to buy new gear, but you can also use it to upgrade your current gear, and each gear can have like a set of 3 upgrades, for example. And you can upgrade the item to have better stats, which will increase their eye level, which increases your overall eye level, so you can upgrade your own items if you're not lucky enough to get drops, or you don't have enough Valor to buy new items. Next, new items have been added in Pandaria, and these are up to level 509, and I think these will probably be the new start like epics from raids once you start in Pandaria. Also, druids can take the incarnation talent now, and this will give you armoured shapeshift forms. So instead of having just a bear or a cat just there, you'll have you won't have shapes, you'll have armour. And they'll be armoured. It'll be a nice change to see, but I can't see any difference being in like your actual base armour values and stuff like that. Also, tomorrow, Wednesday, there'll be a 10-hour offline maintenance session, which will be for getting Diablo ready for the next patch 1.0.3, I believe. And this will be a new patch to Diablo. Bug fixes, new content, possibly. I don't know. I've not researched it that much. Also, Starcraft Ghost spin-off, you may have heard of it. It's like a spin-off that people were had an idea that Blizzard may be developing. And so we've heard now that it's not in development yet. So that implies that they will possibly develop it in the future, but it's not even started developing yet. And that's Starcraft Ghost, which is a spin-off of the strategy game. Now, moving on to less Blizzard-related news, we have Star Wars The Old Republic, and discussions being held for if it should go free-to-play. Star Wars The Old Republic was supposed to be the WoW killer, as many other MMOs in the past have supposed to have been, but they've not done it. But because it's going free-to-play, people who have gone back to WoW will have an excuse to play it again, so they won't have to pay 2 monthly fees for each game, which is nice, because I've been having craving to play that game for ages, but I just don't want to spend money on both games. Next, Australia. All game stores, that is the game franchise, they are closing down in Australia. So there won't be any like standard game stores to go to. So you'll have to use individual retailers and things like that. Also, Black Ops 2, some people will like to know, is going to go. That was weird. Black Ops 2 is going to have dedicated PC servers, which some people may like to know. And if you don't know what a dedicated server is, it means one player won't be hosting the game, which means because before, if one player hosted a game and it lagged, if that player was laggy, everyone else would get lag. But with a dedicated server, if you have lag, you know it's your own computer's fault because their servers can't have lag, really. It also stops people using server mods and stuff, which prevents cheating but obviously if you want to cheat, you can make your own servers, private servers and stuff, which will come out in the future. Next, Mario Galaxy 2 now has a mod which will let you play co-op, which is really cool actually, because Mario Galaxy 2 is an amazing game. I believe it actually got Game of the Year once. And co-op just seems like a really good idea. Also, there's an 18 plus game ban in Australia, and Australia's been getting a lot of news this week. So the 18 plus ban, which means games which are rated 18 plus can't be bought in Australia and they're banned. But now the ban's been lifted and you can now play 18 plus games, which means you can play Gears of War Australia, you can play Call of Duty Modern Warfare Australia, you can also play God of War in Australia. What other games do I have which you can play? No. Okay, but you can play them 3 games, and just them 3 games are amazing. No, they're not. Let's just get off this subject. Next, Counter-Strike Global Offensive has a release date. This is if you don't know what Counter-Strike is, it's like possibly the biggest PC FPS franchise for PC, and it now has a release date and price announced. And because I'm an idiot, I didn't look these up, so you'll have to look them up yourself. And that's the release date and the price been announced. Now this is the big one, right? You may remember Free Radical were taken over by Crysis. Free Radical being the creators of Timesplitters. Now a Facebook campaign has been started, which requires 100k plus likes or subscribers or whatever it's called on Facebook, I forget, to start a Kickstarter for Timesplitters 4. That's right, Crysis want to create a Kickstarter for Timesplitters 4. And if you don't know what Kickstarter is, it's where a company says what they're going to develop, give a description of what they're going to develop, and then give a set amount of money, like let's say £200,000. And if they get that £200,000 or more, all that money is given to the game devs to start given to the devs of whatever product it is, and they can start developing. But if they don't get £200,000 or the amount they asked for, they don't get the money. Basically, so if a Freestarter gets started and they get lots of money, Timesplitters 4 will be in development, and this is why it's a huge thing, because I'm sure I really want Timesplitters 4, and loads of people. Timesplitters was an amazing series. If you haven't played a Timesplitters game, play one now. Also, an Xbox 720 document was leaked, but it's now been taken down by the lawyers of Xbox, and it was a document which announced that the Xbox will be released in 2013 and will be released at £299. It also stated the Xbox 720 will have Blu-ray CD things, also have advanced Kinect features, but will also have augmented reality glasses. And augmented reality means like you can see things in real life which aren't really there through the glasses, if you know what I mean. Just look at augmented reality on Google or something, you'll see what it is. Also, this is quite funny, a Draw Something TV show has been announced to be released by the CBS network. And this TV show will have celebrities going on the TV show, and Draw Something players will draw things for the TV show, and the celebrities got to guess what the players are drawing. So the public will draw things for the celebrities on the TV show. Also, after Ubisoft failing to discuss a possible Splinter Cell movie with Warner Brothers, they're now discussing with Paramount, who seem to be a bit more... they like the idea of a Splinter Cell offer movie more than Warner Brothers, and a Splinter Cell movie may be in development soon. Also, the developers of Harmonix have announced that they have 3 new IPs. An IP is a game or something. I've never known the exact definition of IP, but basically it means new game. Completely new, not a sequel. And they have 3 new coming, but they've announced that some of them aren't going to be music games. They're not going to be rhythm-based. my screen just went black. They're not going to be rhythm based or anything, so there might not be music games coming from harmonics. Also, it's been announced, this is just a kick in the teeth for console gamers, PC graphics are now 24 times stronger than that of an Xbox. 24 times. So, get a PC. They're not as expensive as you think. PC games aren't elitist, or however you think. My old PC, cost me about 300 quid, possibly even 250, and that could run just about any game out now on highest graphics for 300 quid. They're not as expensive as you think. And finally, back last Friday, the Diablo 3 Real Money Auction House was released in Europe, which means you can trade real money for in-item games without going through like gold farming websites. So that's been my gaming news for the week. Rate, comment and subscribe if you deem me worthy, and I'll see you next time, and hopefully we'll have more regular gaming news in the future. So, see you soon.